still beautiful. Starting a family after 35 years. You're still possible. And buying your first house after 40. You're still a boss-ass move. Don't let people rush you with their timelines. Just move as you move.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and to those who are new, thank you for stopping by. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the timeline of our wedding day so that you can get a glimpse of what it's like doing a wedding in Korea. Our wedding started at 4:30 in the afternoon and we had to be at our makeup studio by 10 a.m., which wasn't too bad compared to our 6 a.m. start for our pre-wedding photo shoot. I had a chance to sleep in and even enjoy a light breakfast with my parents before heading out to meet my fiancé at the studio. In Korea, these hair and makeup studios are a one-stop shop where the soon-to-be bride and groom both come to get their hair and makeup done and get dressed in their outfits before making their way to the venue.
Hi.
와, 사람 많이 결혼하네. 5시 반부터 있었어.
So the first step was getting my hair done, and I had to wait a little bit for my artist because she was occupied with another bride. It really feels like you're part of a factory production line when you're here, but it really was super efficient. So I normally don't wear contact lens and only use my glasses when I'm driving or at the movies. However, as special as this day was, I wanted to be able to see everything in HD. So I had my eyes checked up in Korea and bought my first ever contact lens. And this was basically my fiance helping me put the lens on because I had zero experience and was struggling. And we even lost one during the process, but I was smart enough to bring extras. I know, first world problems. After successfully putting the lens on, I went up to the 4th floor to what they call the makeup zone. I like that I was in an enclosed space, making it feel more private. I look so silly here, but they put on this very hydrating toner pads all over my face for about 5 minutes. This is one of their signature pre-makeup skincare routine, and it really helped to depuff my face. After my makeup was done, I changed into my main wedding dress. In Korea, each bride is assigned to a wedding dress imo, literal translation of auntie, and they bring the wedding dress to the studio so that you don't have to, and help you in and out of your dresses on your big day. That's my fiancé waiting for me because he was already done way before I was. It was funny to see all the grooms huddled in the hallway on their phones waiting for the bride. We got our videographer to start filming from the studio, so that's who you see filming in the background. They typically charge an extra fee for the earlier start, but I think it's so worth it. They'll capture moments of you getting dolled up, and I personally think it adds an extra touch to the wedding video. My wedding dress boutique sent me this beautiful congratulations card, which I thought was super sweet and thoughtful. My fiancé and I finally reunited, and our videographer took some more footage of us in the studio. He told us what poses to do, so it didn't feel awkward at all. As we were getting ready to head out, my wedding dress emo gave me this super soft fur jacket to put on over my dress in case it got cold.
미소.
We had a very fancy Rolls-Royce come pick us up from the studio, and it was actually a very enjoyable experience. It's very common for couples to make their way to the wedding venue together, and a lot of the venues offer these complimentary shuttle services as part of the package. That said, doing the first look is not commonplace in Korea, and my fiancé already saw me in this wedding dress during my final fitting. The Rolls-Royce was super spacious and accommodated my bulky wedding dress and long veil without any problems. My wedding dress emo also got in the car with us, and she's constantly checked up on me to see if I was seated comfortably, which was really sweet of her. Both of our moms were so thoughtful to pack us some snacks, so we had them on our way to the venue.
잘 먹겠습니다. 잘 먹겠습니다.
We didn't get a chance to eat a proper meal until after the wedding, which was around 8 p.m., so these snacks were truly a lifesaver. It took us approximately 20 minutes to the venue, and it was by far the most comfiest and luxurious 20 minutes ride of my life.
어디 가시나요? 다시 한 번 더.
When our car pulled up in front of the venue, I saw my parents who also happened to arrive at the same time. It was so cute to see them take pictures and videos of us getting out of the car. Our photographers and videographers also met us at the lobby, and my mom said that it felt like paparazzis and celebrities were on the scene.
손도 한번 보시고, 네, 신하님이 아까처럼 손 좀 잡아주세요. 예, 맞습니다. 오케이. 오케이, 잘했습니다. 이제 안으로 들어가겠습니다.
We would then make our way to take pictures at pretty much every popular photo spot at the venue. The photographer did ask me beforehand if I had any specific shots in mind, but I wasn't so picky.
신하님이 머리를 왼쪽으로 하나.
We then had about 10 minutes to rest and freshen up before making way to the grand ballroom to do a walkthrough of the ceremony. I remember smelling the sweet scent of the flowers when I first entered and feeling so happy. I went for the all white, which I think is the way to go, classy and elegant, and I love how it looks on all my pictures and videos.
오케이. 네, 한 번 더. 오케이. 네. 신하님 보면서. 네네네, 맞아요. 오케이. 이거 상체를 붙여주세요, 신하님한테. 들으려고
In Korea, they also have what is called a bride's waiting room. This is not to be mistaken as the room where the bride fixes her hair or apply makeup. At Korean weddings, this refers to an area, usually a separate room, where the bride sits and greets her guests. Signiel is famous for having it out in the open at the reception hall, which I personally preferred because I felt like I was more engaged with my guests. I always thought this concept was a little bit cringe, but to my surprise, this ended up being one of my favorite moments of my wedding. It was a great way to take photos and have a quick catch up with everyone. At a traditional Korean wedding, mothers of the bride and groom would walk down the aisle and light up the candle, which symbolizes lighting out darkness and brightening the future of the bride and groom. We wanted to respect this tradition, but alter it slightly so that our dads could also get involved. So we had both our parents walk down the aisle and light up the candle together. After all, it's thanks to both of them that made us who we are today. You'll see me startle at one point because I saw one of my friends cry when she saw me walk down the aisle. It's truly a blessing to have friends who support and care about you, and I'm forever grateful to all my friends who flew all over the world to be part of my special day. This is also one of my favorite moments from our wedding. It happened just before the handover, and my fiance bowed down to my dad. You can tell from my dad's face that he appreciated it. I was so surprised because this wasn't something we spoke about when planning the structure of the ceremony. I was very touched, and you can see that it almost brought me into tears. We then made our vows, exchanged wedding rings, and was pronounced husband and wife.
둘, 셋.
You could tell our
마주도 한번 보고. 한 번만 더 제 카메라.
At our wedding, we were lucky to have both of our dads make a beautiful wedding speech for us. We're giggling here because my dad said conflicts will be inevitable, but advised we keep them short and that we reconcile within 3 minutes. After the declaration of marriage, it is also part of Korean wedding tradition to bow towards the parents as a form of respect and appreciation. A final bow is then made to all the guests to thank them for attending the wedding. As for the bouquet toss, I insisted to do it the Western way and had all my single girlfriends to come out. In Korea, however, it is more common for the bride to pre-assign the person they'll be receiving the bouquet, usually to someone that already has a wedding upcoming. For those who have been following my channel and seen my last wedding vlog would know that we have been taking wedding dance lessons. Doing the first dance is not a Korean wedding custom, but has increasingly become more popular over the years, inspired by Western traditions. We decided to re-enter the ballroom somewhat discreetly and start the dance without any announcement so that it came across as a total surprise to our guests. I'll dedicate a separate video for this and upload in due course. After the dance was over, we came back to the dressing room to change into our next outfit and to redo our hair and makeup. We were also greeted with this delicious snack tray, but didn't have a chance to really eat it until after the ceremony. During the second part of the wedding ceremony, we would cut our wedding cake and feed each other a small bite. In Korea, the cake is typically not served to guests for some reason I'm not sure of. We didn't want the cake to go to waste, so we had it packaged up and shared it with our friends during our after party. We were also very grateful to have our friends who did a heart-touching speech.
진지한 처음에 대한 결심하고 노력하면서 사랑하게
I'm so happy that we are celebrating their love on their wedding day today, and that they will be embarking on new adventures together in their life.
It is Korean tradition to conclude the wedding with the bride and groom and their parents going around each table to greet and thank the guests for coming. I personally thought this was a great opportunity for both families to introduce each other's friends and relatives, making the wedding feel more intimate. And of course, a chance to take even more photos. At the end, we had all the flowers from the ballroom and reception made into these bouquets so that guests could take them home as a souvenir, cause who doesn't like free flowers? I like that I could reuse the flowers which otherwise would have gone to the trash. A lot of my foreign friends mentioned that this was something new and that it was such a thoughtful idea.
나 영상 찍는 중. 아빠 들어가. 재밌었어? 난 내 포토샵을 보지도 못했어. 애프터 파티로 가시죠. 슝!
빨리 내가 택시 불러야 돼.